Hi, and welcome to another If I Speak preview special with Mr. CJ Live. We've got on Instagram. I'll put his Instagram in the bio just before we get started and stuff. And I had to get him on here because simply enough, West Ham are having a great season. So it just makes sense that when, I can't believe I'm saying this, when the top four battle with West Ham United. After Spurs, maybe after Arsenal as well, West Ham probably the third team I hate most. So I just thought, why not? I thought, why not get CJ on here, man? If you guys don't know CJ as well, he's been on the West Ham Way as well. They're quite a big West Ham channel as well. So go check out the videos and stuff. They do watch-alongs and everything. Their Instagram's quite good. I'm just having a look now and stuff. Like, you got a lot of videos and stuff on there. So go have a look at that as well. And for us as well, don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well as like Instagram and Twitter as well. And CJ, I have to ask you, man, how have you been? Just generally, anyway.
Yeah, mate, good. Been busy with work, but I think the most stressful part of my life this week has been all the drama that's happened around in the football world. I mean, how the hell can you even not bring that up after the crazy whirlwind of a week we've had? So that's I've felt the very lows of being a football fan and the very highs of being a football fan all in one week. So I'm looking forward to talking about that hopefully, and also talking about how West Ham are going to beat Chelsea on Saturday.
Oh God, you started already. But before we get on to West Ham and stuff, just generally, what are your thoughts on like just this whole Super League crap, basically?
I mean, it's funny now because in retrospect, having done a lot more kind of research and everything like that. The ESL was obviously a terrible idea, and you know it was essentially the franchising and Americanization of football teams in the Premier League, which is just an absolute nightmare. But you know the thing is, football is full of corruption from you know multiple bodies, including UEFA and FIFA. So it's good that we've obviously stopped the the ESL after its 2 or 3 days of glory, But yeah, I think you know the new Champions League format for me just doesn't work at all.
It's essentially a sort of like another Super League, isn't it? If you really like think about it and stuff, because there's I think 8 teams, the top 8 teams qualify or something within that group, and then it's just a whole table, and it's like it just ruins it, doesn't it? It's like, what's the point of changing stuff? But yeah, sorry, Karen, what you're saying, bro?
Well, that's the thing is that like you know all they're doing it for is to increase games and therefore increase their TV revenue. It's you know it's as light as the day what they're trying to do, and then there's other things. I mean, I don't fully understand this kind of coefficient rule or something, but essentially it means that based on previous history, clubs can get in even if they technically don't qualify. Which
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was thinking about. Because imagine, like, say, just an example. Well, it's definitely gonna happen, but Arsenal, Spurs are definitely not finishing in the top 6. Let's be real about it. I'd say obviously West Ham finish fourth, say fourth or third. Then with this coefficient rule, West Ham wouldn't get the Champions League then, would they? If obviously that rule is applicable, then Arsenal or Spurs would get in, because traditionally they've sort of been in the Champions League more recently, haven't they? Is that right? Am I right in saying that?
I think that's how it's been kind of made out to be from what I've learned, but. You know, again, it's just an absolute mess, and obviously, you know, the ESL was just a terrible idea just on its own. But you know, the fight isn't over. I mean, I've just seen a tweet from Ilkay Gundogan, absolutely smashing to pieces the format, and yeah, that's really good that he's done that, because you need big names behind change, and you need fans behind change. So it's great that you know all the fans came together and all that to stop the ESL, but actually there's still a lot more work to be done, and hopefully we can make our voices heard when we get back in the stadiums.
Yeah, that's true, because I've heard different perspectives from like Liverpool fans, say the top 6 sort of sides, but this is the first time I'm hearing it from outside the traditional big 6 perspective as well. So it's quite interesting what you guys think and stuff. But
well, a lot of people are saying that the only reason they brought in these new rules is because West Ham's sneaking into the top 4 and they need to keep them out. So wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, do you know what? I'd genuinely, like, even though like I said before, 3rd or 4th West Ham I just hate so much. Like, well, not so much, but I do hate.
We get on so well as well. That's what confuses me, is that we get on so well. I did not know this hatred was so like.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Our record at the Olympic Stadium has been atrocious recently. every time I look at this picture, I'm just like, oh god, no, here comes either a draw or loss. But it's like we've got Thomas Tuchel's tricky treble seeking tricky blues. That's it. I always mess that up, but I got it already. But again with the Super League stuff, then do you think in a way it would have benefited West Ham, say if this actually went through? Because based off this season, you guys, Leicester and Everton, technically would have been the top three sort of teams. So do you think going forward, say if it did go through, West Ham could have potentially lifted the league?
I mean,
Maybe
that's the
next
funny
season,
thing.
season after.
If
So
you look at,
so like in the back of your mind, you must have been like, yeah, maybe it is a good idea for us personally because we won't have to face the big six. But I'd just like to hear your perspective on things really.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's funny because I've seen all over Twitter like all the you know, if the big six weren't in the table, what would it look like based on results this year? And apparently we're like a win away from securing the title or something.
Yeah,
So like,
well, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
obviously that would be crazy. But nah, I mean, to be fair, you know, I still want the clubs to be punished to quite a severe extent.
I actually do agree in the sense, even though like my club's affected as well, I just think it's just been wrong on all mirrors basically. But yeah, Karen, what you're saying.
Well, that's the thing is that like you were saying, you know, even the fact that it's even your own club, that's how egregious this thing has been. I mean, Gary Neville went out and said that he wants Man United dock points because of their part in it and everything like that. And you know, obviously that would be A, hilarious, and B, crazy if we ended up top of the league.
Oh man.
But
Imagine.
based on you know,
as long as it's you guys and it's not Tottenham or Arsenal, that's fine. I can sort of concede that. I don't mind. If
we can't have Tottenham win the league.
no,
chance.
No.
But yeah,
forever.
I think I might have to as well. But
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think it would have been nice, but also it wouldn't have felt earned, and the whole thing would have just been an absolute shit show really for the Premier League. And I'm just hopefully we can. I mean, I like I said, I still want those clubs punished to a certain extent, and I don't personally think it will be points deductions. But they need to have something. There needs to be either a transfer embargo, or there needs to be, you know, a change in ownership or something where this can't happen again. Because you know, if we're looking at it very literally, they have broken the rules. And if you look at teams that have broken rules in the past, you know, Portsmouth, when they went into administration, they technically broke the rules and were deducted points. So we can't have this system for the bottom clubs and a system for the top clubs. And I think that's something that hopefully fans will start taking notice of, and we can improve it in the future. But I think the one thing we can agree on is the fact that money has just become too big of a part of football, and it needs to be cut down somehow a little bit.
I think you probably feel the same with what happened at the Bulling Ground or Upton Park as well. When you guys moved, like. Because I know, like I've read a lot of social media and stuff that West Ham fans didn't even want to leave because of how homely the stadium felt and the fact that you've sort of gone to a bigger stadium just for the money and stuff, and obviously your owners as well. Like you guys have had loads of issues with your owners and stuff, got to do with money and stuff. So in that sense, I guess it's similar. Like West Ham fans do sort of feel what the top six sort of feel in the sense that money's just become too much now. But yeah, any other thoughts on the Super League before we get into West Ham?
I mean, honestly, unfortunately, we don't have enough time for my entire rant on it. But all I can say is it was a terrible idea. But I tell you what, it was one of the most iconic, like.
Oh no! Do you know what? That's so true. Iconic, like 2 or 3 days.
It was just unbelievable.
And that's taking the fact that Ed Woodward left or got sacked and Jose Mourinho got sacked as well. That's forgetting that as well. So the footballing world has just been absolute manic for like at least 3
or 4 days. The funny thing is that Perez and Barcelona have said that they want to continue with it. I'm like, how the hell are they going to continue? It's
because they're in so much debt. It's like this is the only way they can get money basically, even through Champions League qualifications and like winning Copa del Rey or like La Liga. It's not enough for them. They want proper money. So in that sense, it's a bit.
And they and essentially they and UEFA hate each other. Like the Spanish Federation and everything. They're not on good terms. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether whether that tournament eventually ends up happening. But I'm just glad that none of the English teams will be involved.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Okay. Moving on from some negativity and onto some more negativity is that West Ham are level on points with Chelsea, which is just crazy. Like I think before the season started, like I don't know if you do the same thing, but I sort of make like a Premier League table or like a bottom 4, bottom 6, and top 6. West Ham were in my bottom 6 for this year, just because of how last season went for you guys. Like I thought, surely West Ham are going to go down at some point, or they're going to end up in the bottom half like they do. Like you've seen how it is over the years and stuff. West Ham have a crap start, crap middle, then towards the end they just pick up form and then they somehow stay in the league. But this season you guys are outperforming Tottenham, Liverpool, Everton, Arsenal, which is just insane. And you're level on points with us. So you're essentially, stats show that you're having just stats show you guys are having a great season. But
we should be in the ESL.
But you what? I wouldn't put it past you guys, honestly. Maybe say 4 or 5 years time, but maybe West Ham lift the league or something. Who knows?
Moyes is going to do it for us. Moyes is going to do it for us.
I mean, Ranieri did it, so why not? But just generally over the season, like how's this season gone for you, just generally?
Well, I think your prediction was rather. I thought it was a bit too kind, actually. Top bottom 6. I genuinely thought, and this is no joke, I genuinely thought we'd be either A, fighting for relegation, or B, getting relegated. Especially after that first game against Newcastle, it was diabolical.
I think either 16th or 17th in the table. I thought you guys were just up, but then I thought Newcastle. Like I didn't expect Newcastle to be where you guys are now, but I thought Newcastle would really kick on because of the transfer window they had in a sense, but. But yeah, carry on, bro.
That's the thing. I think the only two outside of the top 6, the only two times we've lost against teams outside the top 6 was both against Newcastle this season. Okay. So they've been our kryptonite, which is mad. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like that first game was just diabolical. I don't think I've seen a worse performance from a West Ham team in quite a few years. And obviously, like you say, everything was kicking off with GSB out, Dean Garner getting sold. We've got an absolute rollicking in a pre-season friendly with Bournemouth, who've just been relegated. Like there was no positivity at all. But what Moyes has done this year has just been nothing short of a miracle. And even if we do end up,
compared to last time he was here and stuff, what do you think's changed?
I think he's been given. I think he's instilled a very strong work ethic and mentality in that team. I mean, if you've been watching West Ham this season, you'll see.
I've watched a lot of West Ham, to be fair, yeah.
Well, you'll see just how much like the players care, how much we run. Souček and Rice in the middle have virtually played every game this season, running their hearts out.
Best midfield partnership, I think, this season.
I think certainly outside of the normal sort of top 4, I think you've got to give them credit.
Even the top 4, like. If you look at Manchester United's midfield, they haven't been that great this season. If you look at our midfield, at times hasn't been great. Even Manchester City, fair enough, at the top of the league, but you can argue more the defense is the reason where they're at right now. And then you have Leicester as well. Even Leicester, like Ndidi, Tielemans, and then you have obviously Rice, Souček, or Mark Noble sometimes fits in there as well. So I'd probably say Leicester and West Ham this season have had the best midfield partnerships just because of the consistency of you guys.
Yeah, no, I think and as you say, I think like with the top teams, there's often a lot more different combinations that the centre midfield uses. Where with West Ham, it's just been Souček and Rice, and Noble has obviously come in after Rice's injury last couple of games, and he's actually done pretty decent.
Experienced head as well.
That's the thing, is that I've said for a long time, for the last 2 years or so, that he hasn't got the legs for the Premier League game anymore, and I still believe that. But he's really sharpened up, and he's played in a position that best suits him. So, like you say, experienced head on those shoulders is a nice thing to have, especially in high pressure situations like we've been in recently. But yeah, no, I think it's just Moyes has just instilled a load of confidence in that team. and I think it's all mentality. I think all mentality, football wise. I think he's trained them very well. We've got a great coaching staff behind that team. Kev Nolan, a nice addition. Stuart Pearce, Alan Irvine, people like that. So you've got a lot of good coaches there. But yeah, I think it's just a combination of him being given a bit of freedom to work with the players. He obviously didn't get a lot of time last time. But just build something great and something lasting. And I'm hoping that wherever we finish at the end of this season, he'll be able to pick up where he left off at the start of next season and build something quite special and hopefully put us into sort of European contention.
Do you think also the fact that with this COVID situation as well, that no fans has really helped you guys where you are this season and stuff? Do you think that's made any difference or a big difference to? Because obviously we know the past stuff with West Ham fans, they've been like fighting on the pitch, running on the pitch, protesting and stuff. So I think that was a couple of seasons ago, if I'm not wrong, or maybe 3 seasons ago.
Burnley in like 2018, I think now. I think it's 2018. Yeah.
So it just correlates with the fact that when your fans, since you've had fans at the London Stadium, your seasons haven't gone that great. But then the one season where there's no fans, you guys are potentially Champions League or Champions League team. So do you think fans not being there has made a positive difference to you guys, or?
I understand the argument. I don't personally believe it because there were times last season when there still were fans in the stands where the fans helped. The last game that I was at was literally the last home game before COVID happened. It was the Southampton game where we won 3-1. The fans were absolutely loving it, and it was great, and the atmosphere was great, and we weren't in a good position as well. So I think it's obviously there's less pressure, but there's also less pressure on every other team as well. So I feel like it doesn't do the team a lot of credit to say that it's only just because the fans aren't there. Because I also think the fan player relationship has developed really nicely in the last season or so, which is good. But it was just, I think essentially it was just the ownership and the fans that kind of that feud fueled a lot of the negativity behind the scenes, and obviously that can leak onto the pitch. But I tell you what, if you get us back in those stands, there won't be a lot of negativity, that's for sure.
Yeah, but especially given the season you guys have had as well. Yeah. Like, it's just mad after 32 games how you guys are still you're 100% still in the top 4 race in a sense. So because you always see those teams where they do really well, then they fall off. That's what everyone was expecting. Like everyone bar West Ham fans potentially. I don't know. But did you feel like that at all? That you guys might fade away? Did you believe?
That's the thing, is that I was expecting us to fade away about the mid-season point, and then we just kept on winning and kept on getting points and kept on trudging along. And one of the people I do the West Ham Way watch-alongs with, Dennis, he keeps on saying it's just a pipe dream, and I have to wholeheartedly at this point disagree with him. I mean, if you asked me maybe 10 games ago, I'd be like, yeah, let's settle down a bit. But it really isn't. The only thing that troubles me about our longevity in the top 4 race is the injuries that we have in. Obviously, we've had Rice out for the last couple of games.
Antonio's out as well.
Antonio's out, our only striker. So we literally play with no strikers because Moyes doesn't like to play any of the youngsters for some reason. He prefers Jared Bowen to do Antonio's role, which is baffling. But yeah, so Antonio out. We've had Cresswell's been out. Mazuaku's been out. Ogbonna's just come back from injury. So if we can stay fit for the run-in, that's our best chance, I think. And I think Rice will be out for the Chelsea game, but hopefully there's a lot of reports saying there's a lot of reports, mate. You would have scored a worldie, you know it.
Oh God. But, it just had to be against us, just imagine.
Exactly. But yeah, so I think he's going to be out for the Chelsea game, but a lot of reports saying that he'll be back for the run-in after that, so that will be massive for us. But yeah, I think it's been an amazing season, like you said, and I think there's been points where our faith in this top 4 hunt has been put into, especially last week with the Newcastle performance and Craigie Dawson getting a sending off. But but yeah, I think there's still a chance. I don't think it's over yet. It ain't over till it's over.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true because even looking at the teams around you, like everyone bar Leicester, I think as I recorded this now, I think Leicester have gone on to win, I think 3-0, I believe, or they're winning 3-0 currently. So just look at the table and stuff. They're 4 points ahead of both of us at the moment. Same games played and stuff. So I've always kind of said that whoever picks up the most points in this game between West Ham and Chelsea, I think will end up finishing fourth, I think, or maybe even third, because Leicester, you just never know these days. But it's kind of annoying in the sense with us because we've got obviously Real Madrid to play on Tuesday in the Champions League as well. And then we've got West Ham right before that. So it's a bit like, I'm not sure what Tuchel's going to prioritise in a sense, whether he's going to prioritise the Champions League game in full or the West Ham game. But I think he did show that against Brighton when we played and stuff, that he would rest a few players. That Azpilicueta had a rest as well. Kante had a rest as well, and a few of our forward players had rest as well. Like I think Pulisic had a rest as well, which will be key for us because we got like really, really tough games coming up as well very soon as well. I believe we obviously play you guys and play Real Madrid, and I think we've got Fulham in the league who on their day are quite good as well, to be fair. So and then I think after that the running just gets difficult. We got City, I think we got Leicester as well. We got Arsenal in there somewhere. So in that sense,
I've just got to let the girlfriend in.
Yeah, that's perfect. But I'll carry on talking about just Chelsea in general. Then with regards to the Hammers game and stuff, then it's definitely like a 3-pointer or 6-pointer for us because like I was saying to CJ before that if we do pick up points in this, then it will definitely set us up well to maybe chase Leicester and stuff. But, yeah, that's fine. I was just chatting to the camera about how this is a perfect 6-pointer for us. Like this is an opportunity for us to basically take advantage of being ahead from West Ham and like the likes of Tottenham as well, because they also drop points. So it's a massive stepping stone for us as well. But onto Chelsea then. What have you made of Chelsea then this season and stuff?
Well, I think obviously a bit of a disaster in the early part of the season, especially Frankie Lampard obviously leaving, and I to be fair, I felt for Frank to be honest. Like he's not the most popular person around in West Ham, but even then I had to feel sorry for him. So yeah,
it's all good. He got a 3-0 result against West Ham this season. That's good enough for us.
Oh god, yeah, I know exactly. He got his revenge, but yeah, I think it was a slightly harsh sacking. If I was honest, I think he needed more time, but your owner is Roman Abramovich, so of course that's not going to happen.
Mr. Ruthless, yeah.
So yeah, Mr. Ruthless, and yeah, I think Tuchel. I like the hiring of Tuchel. I think he's.
I didn't initially. I thought he was like one of the last people I wanted, just because of how things fell out with him at Dortmund and also at PSG. Like I was even thinking about Ralph Hasenhüttl at the time, because obviously at the time Southampton were doing really well, and I thought an upcoming coach potentially could do well in the second job. But when he lost 9-0, I'm just like, no, thank you.
But that's the thing. He's done that. He's conceded quite a few goals in some of his games, but yeah, I think if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd probably want to be going for someone like Allegri. I don't know how none of the Premier League teams have gone for that man, because he is just an absolutely ruthless but brilliant manager. I think as soon as whoever gets him next will be a very lucky club. But yeah,
West Ham.
Mate, I'll take Moyes any day over Allegri. But yeah, I think Tuchel. I mean, like you said, it wasn't popular with all the Chelsea fans. I thought it was a decent one. I thought it was a decent appointment. I don't think it was well beaten or anything, but I thought it was a good appointment to bring in, steady the ship a bit, and that's exactly what he's done. Really, he's defensively made you guys a very solid team. I don't know how many clean sheets you've got under him, but a lot.
Got the second most after Manchester City, I think, or something like that.
That's the thing. He's been so good at shoring up the defence, and on your day you have a really decent attack. Although one of the more baffling decisions that he makes is, for me anyway, is leaving out Tammy Abraham all the time, especially in the FA Cup last week. So that was a very interesting move. And now apparently the the odds-on favourites to be his next club is West Ham.
West Ham, yeah, that's what I was just about to say. As you've perfectly led on to sort of transfer stuff because yeah, we'll get on to we'll get into Declan Rice in a bit, but we'll talk about Tammy Abraham first.
We don't need to. There's nothing to discuss with us. There's no transfer.
Yes, there is. But yeah, with Tammy Abraham, it's just strange because everyone, because I don't know how to explain it, but once a new manager comes in, you expect everyone to get a chance. Like, everyone's got a chance at Chelsea, bar Tammy Abraham and probably say Emerson, but let's be real, Emerson's not even a footballer, so that's not even like justifiable. But with Tammy Abraham, I think he puts the ball in the back of the net. Like, you can't ask more from him. Like, I don't know why. And he gets really scapegoated by our fans a lot, which I really, really don't like. Like, fair enough, he scores hat tricks and stuff against smaller teams, but he scored vital goals for us, even though it's like Morecambe or Barnsley or something like that. Because that's the games he's actually scored in. Like, without his goals, we wouldn't be in the FA Cup final in a sense, and we wouldn't beat a West Ham because he scored twice, I believe, against you lot. I think.
Yeah, no, he was great when he played. He was great when he played against us, and
that's why I think unfortunately for him, I think he's going to be sold this summer. Like, I don't want him to go just because he's something different. He's quick. He's tall as well. He's like 6 foot, 6 foot something. He's got aerial presence, but which is weird because he can't head the ball anyway. He's atrocious at heading. But he's got that presence about him, and he's got that pace. He just offers something different compared to what sort of Giroud would offer, or Havertz, or Werner if they're playing in that centre forward role. So, and obviously because it's an academy product, we're kind of sad in a sense that Tammy Abraham could be on the way out. But would you take him at West Ham?
Absolutely. I think he's a really, really decent talent. And we all know how the last time Chelsea product player left and then became a superstar of West Ham. So I'm very happy to have Declan Rice .2 come over. But yeah, I think Tammy's a great player in my opinion.
Do you think he'll start over like Mikel Antonio then, or do you think he'll be more of a squad player for you guys?
No, without a doubt. I mean, I've been on record saying that I love Antonio, but he's got 60 minutes max in him per game. After 60 minutes, his tank is out. He has no stamina to last 90 minutes. Not only does he not have stamina to last 90 minutes, but he's very injury prone as well. I mean, he's had about 3 hamstring injuries this season alone, not to mention all the other times he's injured it in the past. So I think he's a quality player, provides a really dynamic kind of threat for us, as we saw towards the back end of last season. But I think we need someone to come in and give us a bit more longevity in that position. And yeah, Abraham would be a great fit. I think like you say, he's tall. Obviously, maybe not the best header or anything like that.
Just but, like if you guys do sign Tammy Abraham, just beware of his poor.
Keep it on the ground. Keep it on the ground.
Like, because he does frustrate you so many times just watching him. Like, there's been so many times last season, even like this season and stuff. Like, where I'm just like, oh, Tammy, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's just like he's such a frustrating player to watch, but then he'll always put the ball in the back of the net. I think he's our top scorer again this season. I think he was our top scorer last season as well. But then again, like, goals don't really tell the picture in a sense, which is my argument against Tammy Abraham in a sense that without goals, like, he doesn't offer anything. He won't beat a player. He won't take on a player. He won't create anything. He's a poacher, basically. That's it. That's all I see Tammy Abraham as. But you need those kind of players in the team who have that instinct in front of goal, which I get the feeling, looking at West Ham, that Antonio's not that kind of player, or maybe some of your other strikers as well. Who are even your other strikers at the club?
Genuinely, we don't have another striker. We have Mipo Odubeko, who's come up from the academy, but Moyes just does not rate him for whatever reason and doesn't play him. He played, I think, 10 minutes against Stockport in the FA Cup, and that's about it. Which is why, by the way, GSB out. Because in the January we had a brilliant opportunity to try and go out and get someone, and we just didn't. And yeah, I think the pressure will be on them this summer to spend some big bucks. I mean, Abraham's one of the players that we've been linked with. En-Nesyri with Sevilla, who's been absolutely outstanding recently, is another. Obviously Sima from Slavia Prague. That seems to be our new recruiting agency. So
yeah, because you've got obviously Souček and Sufal from there, right? Or are they both from there, or is it just one of them?
Yeah, both of them.
Wow, like because I remember we played against Slavia Prague in the Europa League. I think it was either round of 32 or 16 when we won it that year. I think we were up against Suchek, and I'm not sure about Sufal, but we were up against Suchek, and we're just like, I remember watching him, I'm just like, this guy's like a monster.
Yeah, I mean, both of them have just been outstanding, not only in terms of their football presence, but their just general attitude towards football and training in general. I mean, they're always, apparently, according to the reports, they're always the first in and first out at training. We all saw what Soufal's reaction was when we just got beaten by Man City. He was like absolutely devastated. So these are guys that, and this is what I'm saying by Moyes implementing a new kind of mentality around the team, a team that fights for the team and fights for the win. And yeah, they've been an absolute revelation, of course. And then Souček, I think he's probably our top scorer, or at least one of our top scorers in the league this year. And
God, has he got more goals than Timo Werner? Please don't tell me that.
I would not be surprised, mate. Would not be surprised.
Oh no! You don't understand how upset I am just thinking of that.
Oh my god!
Because I know for a fact Kurt Zuma has the same amount of goals as Timo Werner this season. Because I think Zuma's got 6 or something, just from like corners and stuff. Well, yeah, only from corners. That's it.
I don't want to make you cry or anything, but I'm pretty sure Craig Dawson has more goals than Werner.
Right, I'm out of here. So I'll leave you on your own. That's it.
Oh god, honestly, mate.
Oh, man. Craig Dawson, he's another one suspended, isn't he?
Oh, well, yeah. Lucky for you guys. Lucky for you guys.
Definitely lucky, but talking about the Declan Rice, sorry, we have to talk about Declan Rice as well. From a West Ham point of view, how likely is it that he might come to Chelsea?
I think the only chance he was going to Chelsea, and I was genuinely scared that he would go to Chelsea because of this. The only reason I thought he'd go back to Chelsea was because of Frank, because Frank was the one who was supposedly in the background or in the behind the scenes, like egging Roman to sign him up. And apparently Roman says, it'll be embarrassing if we sign a product that we let go for £80 million, sort of Pogba-esque with Man United when they let him.
I paid that money though, man, for Declan Rice. For player quality like that, like why not?
I mean, I think it's becoming more and more clear ever since he's made his presence known on the international stage that this is a seriously good, pretty much box-to-box midfielder, someone who will run both ends of the pitch, someone who will put his heart on the line, but also someone who's got really decent technical ability. Like everyone for the last couple of years have just been saying like, oh, he's a glorified centre back, or he's a sweeper or something. He's honestly so dynamic and such a threat for us. He honestly can change the pace of a game by just carrying the ball with him. I just think he's an outstanding player. And yeah, I mean, I was genuinely scared that you guys would go out and get him, maybe either in January or this summer, had you still kept Lampard. But I don't think Tuchel's going to be going for him. I don't think that's one of his targets now. So, and especially with how well we've done this season, I think Rice has a lot of impetus to stay with us and potentially kind of form a legacy with us. But you guys obviously still have Mason Mount, which is and
Mason Mount, my favourite player.
Oh yeah, I mean both of them are outstanding players, and I'm just hoping that they don't join up, or at least if they do, they both come to West Ham.
No way. If Mason Mount is never going to West Ham, no way.
That's when you know Chelsea have gone bad. When Mount says, you know what, I want to get out. I want to go West Ham.
If he leaves, my heart would generally break. Seriously, if he leaves, just because he's been our player of the season, I think this year. He's just been unreal. Him and Rice really have been unreal this season. But do you think that if when you guys qualify for Europe, do you think that might give Rice a reason to stay? Because say you guys did fall out of the European positions, which I doubt, but it could happen still. Do you think Rice will force a transfer request through? If that happens?
I highly doubt. I mean, obviously football's a bit of a cynical game, but I highly doubt Rice is going to push or make a transfer request or anything like that. But like you said, I think, European football will definitely help him feel more settled, especially after last year when we had a pretty catastrophic year in terms of how we did in the league. But I think Moyes as well. I think Moyes carries a lot of the responsibility for keeping him around, and I think with Noble playing his last season as a West Ham player next year, I think the plan is for Rice to step up and take the captaincy, which I think he'll do amazingly at. But yeah, I think Moyes has said in the past it will take the banks of England and Scotland to fricking buy Rice for the amount he's worth, and yeah, I mean, I would not take anything less than 100 million for him, but
Wow.
even then,
I think it's worth it because he can play centre back. He can also play where he's playing right now, which is next to Souček in that CDM role. So in that
he's just great. He's just a great talent, mate. He's just a great talent, and
I love him.
And hopefully he will stay a Hammer. But again, there's always uncertainty. There's always things going on behind the scenes. But from this season and from what's kind of transpired over the last sort of few months, it seems like we'll have Rice around for a little bit longer.
So now that we've concluded that, so the past 5 minutes we talk about transfers. So Tammy Abraham switch and Rice switch is happening. Then is that all we're summarising from this?
Well, Man United fans seem to think that we're gonna offload Rice for 20 mil and Phil Jones. So I'd rather have Tammy Abraham definitely, but no, unfortunately,
it's best for both parties. You give us Rice, we'll give you Abraham. That's it. Sorted. Conversation over.
The only way we would do a swap deal with you is if
with money, probably.
If it was Kante for Rice for me. Kante for Rice.
Nah. I think Kante is one of those players who just a lot of Chelsea fans have called for him to go actually, which is strange. But I do think he'll stay. He's one of those players. I think he'll just be humble to his team. He won't look at West Ham.
Yeah, well, I mean that, and also Tuchel loves him. Like Tuchel absolutely.
Oh no, he does. Yeah, he wished he had him at PSG as well. I think at the time. So, but obviously Kante was just balling it around, and he's still balling it now. To be fair, it's just annoying that he's been a bit injured. But yeah. Well, on the Chelsea side, do you have any questions regarding Chelsea and stuff?
Well, there's always some questions around Chelsea and everything like that. I mean, I guess probably the most important question relating to this fixture is, do you think the last fixture is, kind of doesn't set you in very good stead for this weekend, because it wasn't a great performance?
No chance. Like remember last time when we played you guys, we were very, very fortunate to win 3-0. 3-0 was probably the most flattering scoreline we've had this season. Like if you look at one game, I'm just like, no way that was the result. Was Chelsea versus West Ham, which was in, I believe, December, from what I remember. I think it was around December time. I think it was just after we played Arsenal as well, when we got absolutely battered by Arsenal. So winning 3-0 on that day really flattered us, and I hope it's not the same then. But then again, you could say it was Frank Lampard at the time. Now we've got Thomas Tuchel now. So
well, to be fair, I was talking about the Brighton game that happened in midweek.
Oh, the Brighton one.
That was
awful.
I appreciate you at least admitting that there was a bit of flattery going on with that scoreline. So I appreciate that.
Not a bit, a lot. Like I don't think it's like there's no way we won that 3-0. But going back to the Brighton game, like you said, like you just mentioned, that's another scoreline where I look at. We were lucky to get away with that because I think Brighton hit the post. They had a few chances, and I kind of put that down to all the Super League stuff that was happening. Like I'm not excusing how bad we played, but I just think. Even Thomas Tuchel came out and said that this whole Super League stuff messed with his preparation for the Brighton game as well.
Do you think that will carry on into Saturday then?
Oh, that's a good question. I hope not. I genuinely hope not, because all of this is resolved now. Like, well, somewhat resolved. We've pulled out of the ESL now, so that shouldn't be a problem for the players on the pitch. And also, it's a London derby, and we're against West Ham, and we're fighting for the top four. So why wouldn't the players turn up? It's just one of them, and players know that we've got crucial fixtures coming up, as I mentioned before. Real Madrid coming up on Tuesday as well, so it's not I'm not saying West Ham's a dress rehearsal, but we have to be at our best against West Ham, but then against Real Madrid we have to be double our best.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I'll give you that. But sorry, go on. No, I was going to say as well, like, I mean, it doesn't get any easier by the fact that, you coming to us, coming to the London Stadium and
Our record over there is a trove. Look, I need to Google. I need to find out the last time we've beaten you guys.
I certainly remember the last time we played at the London Stadium and it was a beautiful game. It was a beautiful finish from Yarmolenko to send us.
That was during
safety.
lockdown, wasn't it? Yeah. That's another thing regarding the game as well. I'm worried about Aspilicueta marking Souček for corners because that did not go well last time.
Oh,
we almost got away with it last year when I think there was a ruled out goal, wasn't there? I think Souček allegedly fouled Aspilicueta.
Oh God, yeah, that really annoyed me. But that game was just a roller coaster for me, emotion wise. There was just ups and downs and everything. But yeah, I just remember that. I think it was Rudiger and Christensen who were the centre back pairing, and they were just all over the place for that game. I mean, Rudiger's positioning. Yeah, exactly. And Rudiger's positioning for Yarmolenko's goal. I mean, it's a little harsh because he was the last man, but he just kind of showed him onto his left, and Yarmolenko did the rest.
It was so annoying, but I'm just glad we got top four that season, like last season, because at that point I was like, oh no way these are beat us, because I think that was the result that sort of sparked or like revived your season in a sense, because you guys were so close to the drop as well. So it was a must-win game for you guys as well, which makes it even more annoying. Like I'm just looking at our record now with West Ham. So prior to this 3-0 game, we'd lost the previous two. So you guys beat us at home last season.
Yeah, you did double.
Who scored? I can't
remember. It was Crestwood. Crestwood.
Oh, was it Crestwood?
Yeah, scored a right-footed goal.
There was that. Then obviously the game we just talked about. Then even before then, we've had 2 draws in 2018, and then another loss, another one that won.
Beat you in the EFL, yeah.
And then I think so the last time generally we've won at the Olympic Stadium was 2017, which is the year we won the league. I think Hazard was unreal that game. I remember. Yeah. So
Conte's Chelsea.
Conte's Chelsea, yeah. So that's the last time. So 2 managers after we haven't beat at West Ham. So that's why I go into this game very nervous, very very nervous because of our record, just because of our record there. It's not been great at all, but like I've always said, it's a top 4 clash. Like if the players should be up for it enough, because we've had chances to capitalize when. Look, we've dropped we've taken 2 points out of Leeds, Brighton and West Brom. That just sums us up really at the moment. Just the amount of inconsistency. But then the flip side, we've beaten Atletico Madrid, we've beaten Porto, and we've beaten Manchester City in the FA Cup. So
it's baffling, isn't it? It is baffling because like sometimes I think Tuchel's just like he's been way too defensive. But then he does some great work against Atletico and everything like that, and you think he actually might be onto something. So like. You don't know really what Chelsea's going to turn up. The one that knocks out the European giants, or the one that draws 0-0 at home to Brighton. So
exactly. So in that sense, like it's a very very like nervy game for me. But I don't know what you think. Going into obviously coming off a defeat against Newcastle and stuff. Lingardinho on fire as well.
Mate, it's he's just been a different class, and at the start of his loan with us, people were sort of saying, he's not getting into the England squad or anything like that, and I agreed with them. To be fair, I thought there were too many players ahead of him, in that position as well, Grealish, Maddison, Foden, all those players, but. I think he's got to be on the plane now. I think he's done that well, and he's on that much
experience head as well.
Experience in the big tournaments. I think he needs to go over there and like you said, he's just.
I thought you were going to say he needs to go. I was like, what?
He needs to go. No, surely not. I mean, hopefully, if the owners aren't stingy, we'll be able to secure him on a permanent for around 20 to 30 mil. But again, that's a very big if with our owners. So. I think he's just been outstanding. He's just playing with confidence, and it's so fun to watch him play. But I think the only thing I would worry is that we sometimes maybe over rely on him a bit too much. Like I feel like we treat him a lot. We give him the ball like we gave Payet the ball for us back when he was playing with us. We kind of give him the ball and expect him to do something. And I think he's, really good, Lingard, but he can't do it all by himself. I mean, he did technically do it against Wolves, an amazing run and scored. But You know, when you just pass him the ball in an area that's occupied by maybe 2 or 3 defenders, you know, don't expect him to have to do it all by himself. I think that's why him and Rice have been such a good partnership, because I feel like they're on very similar wavelengths. They know each other's strengths, and yeah, I think it'll be nice to get Rice back with him. But yeah, Lingard's
together as well.
Get the band back together. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Well, I mean, I don't know whether you saw it, but there's a quote today saying that Iniesta says Fornals is the most, like, comparable player to himself. He says that when he watches Fornals, he sees himself, which, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I don't personally see, but I'll take it any day of the week.
I haven't watched much of Fornals, to be fair, because all the attention's been on, like, obviously Lingard, Rice, Souček in your defence, but...
I think that sums him up as well, though. He's not a scene stealer, but he does put in the work, and he grafts hard. And you know, if you put in the effort, West Ham fans will love you and appreciate you. And every now and again, he comes up with a goal. So, you know, he's been very decent for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that we've kind of discussed both teams in a sense, I have to ask you, man, what's your score prediction for the game?
Oh. You know what? It is actually kind of gutting, just from a neutral point of view, that we don't have like our fullest or fully fit team out there, because it would be I reckon it would be game of the season, like Chelsea versus West Ham, a fully fit West Ham.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, we don't have a fully fit team. We don't have Rice. We don't have Antonio. But there was a lot of positivity from Newcastle, despite the loss. The fight back was good, even though Newcastle did sort of capitulate a bit. You know, we had 10 men. We've been on a good run before. I'm going to go for a score draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
1-1, okay.
And, you know, it keeps
that doesn't suit either of us. That suits Liverpool.
Yeah, well, it suits the teams below us and above us. But yeah, I mean, I think West Ham fans on the whole would be quite happy with the draw, but look, you know, we've managed to pull out some shocks already this season, and
true.
and you know, we've done it against Chelsea in the past, so who knows? But I think just based off of the injuries, I think Chelsea probably will have too strong a team for us to get this whole 3 points. But I think if we defend well enough, and if Tuchel sits back enough for us, then hopefully we'll be able to get a point out of it. How about you?
Yeah, like, given what you said about both teams being good defensively, like, I remember, obviously, we were under Lampard and stuff, playing you guys. We were all over the shop at the back, even last season and stuff. But it's not sort of defending that worries me. Like, I feel like we can hold out any team, regardless of they are, given how good our defensive record season is. It's about being clinical and taking our chances. That I've said on these podcasts so many times that I just worry about us not being clinical enough, because we've had so many chances to score goals. Like Timo Werner as an example, but there's been other times when other players have missed chances and stuff. So I just think it matters on the day whoever takes their chances, really, because I think both defenses will be solid. I don't see a game like last season where it was 3-2, because both teams have definitely shored up since then. So it's really hard. It's really hard.
Go on, just say it. Lingard, 90th minute winner.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Chelsea. I think we'll just edge it. I do think Lingard's gonna score. It's just given. He scored against every other team. Like, with the next team he's gonna score against. If not, it'll be from a corner, Thomas Souček, because I mentioned last time, if Azpilicueta is marking Souček again, then I'm going to be very worried every time they get a corner. Even just generally with Souček, and it was glad actually Dawson won't be playing the game as well, because he's quite good in the air as well.
Really
but
good.
Definitely have to watch out for Souček. Like, I'd rather Zuma play this game because he's been really good in the air, and I feel that he's the best person who can mark Souček. Imagine them two going at it out of corner. That'd be insane. But
just be like a brick wall, 2 brick walls coming together.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I'll probably say 2-1. But yeah, just before we wrap this up, then I just feel it's right. We have to do this. We have to do a combined 11 based on this season.
Okay. All right. I like that.
Yeah. So what formation are we going for? Are we going for 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, or what? Any other formation you want?
Well, the funny thing is that, you know, we sort of I reckon we go one up top because A, we have one striker, and B,
our strikers are not firing. So
and B, you guys change the striker every week. So we'll have to. That's the thing, right? That is a question I do have. Right, this is as a sort of outsider. I saw Kai Havertz last season absolutely smash it up top for Bayer Leverkusen. But you guys don't seem to use him up top, like not very often anyway. I don't know whether it's been more implemented in recent games with Tuchel coming in, but is there a reason for that? Is it just because I don't know.
I think at the moment it's just the system that we play, because obviously we've changed since Lampard's been sacked, obviously, because we used to play 4-3-3 with Werner as a left winger, essentially helping out Chilwell on the left flank, and then we'd either have Giroud or Abraham there. And then on the right, we'd have Ziyech when he's fit, or Hudson-Odoi, or even Pulisic at times. So I just think it's a system thing that Tuchel's sort of done. He sort of identified the fact that we have wing backs, and the fact that we have two inverted wingers as well as like number 10. So the Mason Mount and say the Pulisic position. And then where Kai Havertz fits in is that centre forward role. He's been really good since playing there. I mean, there's times where he's been frustrating by not being clinical enough, as I mentioned before. But if you saw us against Crystal Palace, we were absolutely ruthless. Like, that's the sort of performances our attackers can show if they're on form. So I think it's more of a recent thing with Kai Havertz, and like, I'm not worried about the fact we spent so much money on him, because about him it's about development, and we saw what happened when we sold Lukaku and De Bruyne and Salah at a young age. Like, I got a feeling if we bottle it and sell Havertz, then it could be the same thing, because I do see a very, very talented player in there.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember him watching him loads in the Bundesliga.
He was so good
last season. And he was outstanding.
I think also you got to take into account it is the Bundesliga as well, against those kind of teams as well. You don't get penalised as much for not taking your chances. You'll have loads of chances. That's why Werner scored so many goals last season, but his conversion rate was absolutely awful last season, because he has so many chances anyway. But I just think it's about adaptation. I'm pretty confident that most of our signings from this season will kick on for next season, like be really good. And Kai Havertz usually has a better second half of the season than the first, just because of settling in and stuff. So in that sense, that's the way I see it with Kai Havertz. But
I think that's the way forward, man. I mean, it just baffled me, because I just, when Lampard was using him, he was using him in like, sort of.
He was a right winger at times.
Right winger, yeah.
I remember against Everton. But I guess at that time, because we had Ziyech injured at the time, it was a bit difficult. But then again, like, Lampard at the time didn't have a clue what he was doing at times. It was a bit frustrating watching as well. Kai Havertz being forced out wide and stuff, because we know he hasn't got the pace or anything like that. So yeah, that's what it is with regards to Kai Havertz.
I think he'll kick on. I like him. I think he's a decent player. I think he will kick on.
Very good player. But
right, so this combined 11. You know what? This goalkeeper is actually quite tough, because the goalkeeping position, Fabianski, is obviously a veteran, just great, very solid. He didn't have the best game at Newcastle, but that's like very rare for him to bag. But I also really like Mendy. Like, I'm a big fan of Mendy. What about you? What are you leaning towards?
Because it's the same things really as you, really, that Mendy's had a great season. I think Fabianski's had a better. I just said better season. I've got to say Fabianski then. I think the goalkeeper.
All right.
I think at the moment, even though Edouard Mendy's been really good, I don't think he's sort of saved us in a way. I think there's only been a couple of games where he's actually saved us as a team. I think 2 games I can think of are Leeds, and I think there was another one. It's gone out of my head now, but. I think Porto in the first leg and Atletico Madrid, he's been really good. So I'll probably say Fabianski for goalkeeper. Oh, is he frozen? I think he's frozen. Let me just message him quick time. But that's what I was talking about.
I tell you what.
Oh, you there, bro?
Yeah, I am now. I said to Dharmesh before coming on, like, just to say to everyone, I told Dharmesh that I thought my Wi-Fi was going to be absolutely shocking today. And to be fair, I'm actually very happy it's lasted this long.
Exactly. So it's all right. So we've got Fabianski in goal. What did
Yeah.
we decide on a formation, by the way? Was it 4-3-3 or 4-2-3? I think we got to go 4-2-3-1, right? Or
Yeah, I agree. I like 4-2-3-1.
2-3-1. Okay, so we'll go to right back first, actually. So options are obviously you got Sufal, you got Reece James, and you got Aspilicueta. Who goes at right back? Oh, is he frozen again? I think he's frozen again. That's calm. Now, you did say, to be fair, that it would lag, but it's all good. We're almost at the end of the video, so hopefully we're back soon. But just go back to the goalkeepers then and stuff about Mendy. If we... Oh, are you there? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Honestly,
hear you now.
mate,
Yeah.
it's like a nuke. It's like a nuke. It's gone nuclear now. The Wi-Fi. I don't know
That's
what you said, but I think right back there's only got to be one option. Vladimir
Reece
Sufal. No. To be fair, I love Sufal, but
Yeah,
Reece James to me, Reece James has to take that spot. I think he's going to be a really, really talented player in the future.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. To be fair, I love Reece James. He's been really good this season. You could argue, like, this is the thing. We have so many options. It's just like some of the players are not getting in. Even Mendy has been absolutely outstanding this season. Doesn't get into this team. So yeah, we'll go Reece James right back. Yeah, we'll go left back then actually next. So realistically, it's between Chilwell and Cresswell. I already know the answer to this.
Yeah, I love
it's gonna be
Cresswell.
Cresswell,
I think he's. Oh, really? I was going to go Chilwell.
Huh?
I love
What?
Cresswell. I love Cresswell.
I think he's had a great season. But
no, he has genuinely had a good season. But
I'm basing it like off this season, not like overall sort of thing. I'm kind of basing it off this season. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Off the past, he's probably been one of the most underrated left backs in the Premier League. But his age is beginning to show a little bit, and his pace is slowing down. So he's now kind of converted into like a left centre back, left back role. And I think Chilwell's probably just a better out and out left back than Cresswell is. I like Cresswell, but I like him a lot. I think he's done outstanding this season. But as an out and out left back, I'm going to go with Chilwell.
Chilwell, okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Like my argument would be, I can't believe I'm arguing for Cresswell, but
role reversal.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just think that looking from the outside in, that I think he's made a massive difference his form this season, which has helped obviously your left centre back role. I don't know who plays. Is it Dawson or?
Well, so essentially it's
Diop.
We played technically with 3 centre backs, and in recent games it's in Dawson, Diop, and Cresswell.
Diop, yeah. Which is what I'm saying. Like he can sort of adapt to that position. Like he can adapt to many positions. He's played wing back a few times as well, from what I remember this season as well. So
he's actually not done too. Last year, if you asked me, Cresswell on a back four, I would have said God no. But
I can't remember any bad games he's had this season, because Chilwell could name a few, but. But then again, Chilwell's been good. But I
you want to put Cresswell in? I'm happy to have Cresswell in.
But if you want to put Chilwell in, I'm happy to put Chilwell.
No, all right. Let's there's not going to be a lot of West Ham players in here, so let's get Cresswell in.
No, but then we got the midfield.
Oh well, we know who's starting the midfield.
Well, we'll get onto that in a bit, but I'll probably have to say Cresswell for this season.
Go on then. Let's go.
Amazing this season. Centre backs, I'm gonna be slightly more biased towards this. I'm gonna say Thiago Silva has to be one of them. Next to him, so you got Christensen, you got Rudiger, you got Dawson, obviously, you got Diop.
I think you've got to put Ogbonna in there.
Ogbonna? Has he started a lot? I thought it's been Diop, hasn't it? He's been yours.
No, so Ogbonna is our like kind of main centre back starter. He's been injured for like the last month or two, which is why Diop's come in.
Okay.
But Ogbonna for me
has to. We can put Ogbonna in there next to Thiago Silva. That sounds good. To be fair,
I'll take that. Nice little.
Yeah. So just to go over the goalkeeper in the back four then. So we've got Fabianski in goal. We got Reece James right back. We got Thiago Silva. We got Ogbonna as the 2 centre backs. So we got Aaron Cresswell at left back.
It's just such a funny concept here in Cresswell, like Thiago Silva. It's great.
Exactly. All right, the two in midfield. I'll let you go first on this.
Declan Rice got to be in there.
Yeah, Declan Rice. Bakayoko.
Hey, how's he been doing recently?
Oh god, don't even get me started on Bakayoko. He's absolutely atrocious. But yeah, Declan Rice obviously just a given. He has to go in there. Who goes next to him? I'd probably have to say.
Mark
Tough. It's got to be Souček, right? Next to him.
I mean,
it's got to be
it's
Souček,
interesting, isn't it? Because I mean, if we're talking about talent, I mean, I think Kante is just an outstanding midfielder.
Yeah, but I'm basing this off this season. That's like it's got to be Souček, right? Souček and Rice.
So if we won, then yeah, I would probably say that midfield Rice and Souček.
Rice and Souček, okay, yeah. Oh god, I want Chilwell now at left back.
Mate, I gave you Chilwell. I gave you Chilwell at left back. You didn't take it.
Is it too late to change?
Oh, you could change. Honestly, I wasn't. Look, I love Crestwell, but I'm happy to change to Chilwell because I genuinely think, as an out-and-out left back, I think Chilwell is better. So let's put Chilwell in and let's have West Ham run the midfield. How about that?
Sounds good. Handshake.
Take that. This with you.
And then our three in front. Okay.
This will be interesting. Oh yeah, this will be very interesting.
You go first, actually. I'm trying to think at the moment.
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, most informed player for us has been Jay Ling, so he's definitely got to have a shout at that attacking three.
I think Lingard's got to go in there at the cam. Who's going out wide? So obviously you guys got Jared Bowen.
I like Bowen, but I wouldn't have him out wide.
I could argue Christian Pulisic. I think he's been our most informed attacker since the international break, so I think Christian Pulisic goes in at left mid.
I tell you, yeah. Okay, how about this? This is a little bit of a This is what I'd go with. I'd go with Pulisic left, Mount centre, Lingard right.
Yeah, that works for me as well. To be fair,
I like. To be fair, is Mount
thinking, but
is Mount more? Can Mount play right as well?
He plays more of like a right forward, so he plays like an inverted 10 in a sense.
Okay.
More than right mid, but he has played as a winger before. But you don't get the best out of him in that sense. He's still alright, but if we're trying to fit all the good players, then yeah, I guess that works. Works. We can have.
But we can't fit Werner in. Where's Werner going to go?
Oh, no, sorry, Werner doesn't get in. Even though he's got 19 goal contributions this season, sorry, he doesn't get into this team. Yeah, so okay, yeah, our three is pretty much sorted. Then
have we got any others? I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think as well. You mentioned Fornals.
Yeah, Fornals, Bowen. I wouldn't put. I mean, on his day. And I think, you know, hopefully one day in the future he'll get to show off his talent. But Benrahma, I hope, will be an amazing player.
We should have signed him. I regret us not signing him. Like, we needed a backup winger at some point, and Benrahma would have been perfect, I think. But it is what it is. But yeah, are we farming then? Lingard, Mount, and Pulisic as our three.
I like that.
Sounds good. Then oh god, do we have to decide a striker?
How about for the first 60 minutes we put Antonio on and then we bring on a sub?
Bring on Kai Havertz. That's it.
I'll take that.
But based on this season, I've got to say Antonio, unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing is, you know, if you're looking at these players individually, I think obviously Havertz has a lot more to give, I think, and obviously, you know, Werner hasn't done well, but I think obviously Werner has a lot more to give, I think, personally. Hopefully he'll have a lot more to give. I'm
just kind of thinking of just this season and stuff. Like, if we talk about, like, if it's overall, then N'Golo Kante obviously gets into the team. Like, that's without doubt. But if it's about this season, then...
All right, well, this season, yeah, I'd say Antonio too. I think, Antonio, you know... which is, it's been a bit of a shit year in that position, really, isn't it? In terms of
both our clubs, yeah, that's true.
Both our clubs. That's the only striker we have, and he's been injured for half the season. And then obviously, you know, you guys.
We've got players sitting at home playing Fortnite. So he's our top scorer this season. So, but yeah, I'll run through the team again and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's. Yes.
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry, what did you say, bro?
No, I think it was just a delay or lag.
That's all right. Yeah, we'll run through the team again then. So we've got Fabianski in goal. We've got Reece James right back. We've got Thiago Silva and Ogbon as the centre backs. Left back, we've gone for Chilwell.
Wait, hold on, was it Crestwood?
Oh,
I'm joking.
We've got Chilwell left back. We've got Rice and Souček as the two. Then we've got Jesse Lingard on the right. We've got Mason Mount as the cam. We've got Pulisic on the left, and then we've got Mikel Antonio up front. It's not a bad team.
Only 60 minutes though. Only 60 minutes.
Only 60 minutes. And who's managing this team? It's got to be Moyes.
It's got to be the Moyes hasn't it?
He's been there longer. If Tuchel was there from the start, maybe I would have said him, but yeah.
Got to be the Moyes eye. Got to be.
What stadium? What stadium? what referee?
To be fair, I don't like either of our stadiums really.
Even the Bridge, I don't think.
Can we have a neutral venue?
Neutral venue. Wembley Stadium, that's it.
Do a Spurs.
Exactly, yeah. Do a Spurs. Oh, that's jokes. But any other final thoughts then before we wrap this up then?
Well, I mean, I think it'll be. I mean, yeah, if we're looking at it just from a sort of neutral point of view, it should be a really good game in terms of what's at stake and everything like that. But to be honest with you, even after this game, I don't think the top four race is by any means shut off. I think it's going to be tight right until the very end. But as you said earlier, I think this result will definitely kind of be a big help towards either team that gets the 3 points. But I think both of us are quite. We don't know who's going to win. We don't know if anyone's going to win.
Exactly. Imagine this is just a boring 0-0. This whole preview, this whole build up. All I can say is that if it's a 0-0, then I can say that we've had the better head this season. But yeah, CJ, thanks again for jumping on and stuff. Check out the West Ham way as well. Like I mentioned at the start as well. CJ does a lot of stuff on there, a lot of watch-alongs and stuff, and go support him and stuff. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well. Comment as well what the score is going to be, and if you agree or disagree with any points we've made, and have a look at our old videos as well. And as always, I'm waiting for you to say COY. I messed that up. COY.
Let's do that, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So CJ says, "Come on, you eyes," and I say, "Up the Chelsea." That's it. We'll see you guys next time.